at you all the way from our dorm rooms to your conference rooms. Sabah and Dan team in here, two college students who are ready to talk to you guys about business and lifestyle from our personal experiences.
Each week we'll discuss about our lifestyle as college students as well as our tips and strategies starting in the business field. We'll bring on successful entrepreneurs in the millennial generation to share with us their journey and how they got started and where they're at now.
Our goal is to help you students, millennials, and entrepreneurs gain inspirational advice by our spontaneous conversations and meaningful guidance. Let's dive on in.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 63 of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms. Guys, we never ask too much from you, but if you could just rate, subscribe, and review to us, that'd be so helpful to everything we're trying to do here. But today, we're going to be talking about tracking your progress. So, to get us going, though, Sabah, how are you?
I am doing great. I'm really excited about this topic because we've been doing stuff for such a long time. So it's really nice to see the progress that's built up over the past couple of months.
Yeah, guys. So something I highly suggest is just track your progress over a period of time or reflect on it. So, I mean, what I do to track my progress is I know every day I'm sending out my texts and sending out and making calls and all that stuff. And I can really see the benefits when we land a new client. And I just know those small steps over a long period of time is going to really build up into a bigger business. But Sabah, what have you been doing in these smaller steps to really build a bigger business for yourself or do something greater that you're doing?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people, just to start out with, people just see the end result and the things that they really want. They don't really see the hard work that goes into it. So doing every small little thing really does add up. So I remember we talked about in our previous episode about just doing small things, doing that one less email or text or blog in order to see those big results at the end of the day. So for me, tracking my progress is, I put out blogs every week. So I have them up on my website. I also track it with using Google Analytics so I can see the views and the followers that I grow each and every week. And then besides that, when I'm doing reach outs or when I'm trying to gain more connections with people, I actually track who I reach out to and how many I do every single day. So if you guys are doing reach outs, which I'm sure everybody is, to get new clients or just make connections, write it down on Excel sheet and then you'll see how many you might have to reach out in order to get that one client for your business or something like that.
Yeah, definitely keep track, guys. So something that I saw with the quote wise is success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. So that's something that you really see, I feel like everyone can relate to in working out because you could directly see that over a period of time versus maybe growing a business that might actually take, a year or 2 years to really get off the ground versus working out. If you do it consistently for, a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to see a lot of progress. And don't get me wrong, you plateau at certain points. And in business, you might hit that wall, you might hit that plateau. But if you get over that, you'll just keep growing and getting bigger. And that's something you really see, I feel like people can connect with working out. And that's just the success of doing all the small things. That's doing the small thing of waking up early, getting to the gym, getting on that treadmill for 15 to 20 minutes, whatever it might be if you're trying to, cut a little bit. It's, going and doing that extra reps. It's doing another pull-up. It's doing another bench. It's, curling another, whatever it might be, you're squatting and all that stuff. It really just adds up over a period of time. And that's really what you're going to see that makes the, difference. And then if you really want to see the bigger difference, you eat the healthier food. So it's the mixture of two things. So in business, it's the mixture of doing your cold outreach, but also doing your social media. So those two things are really small and might seem menial, but it's why do I need to do all this outreach? Well, do you want to make sales? Yes. Yeah, well, and sales is the only way to get out of a slump, out of a business that's dying. You need to make the next sale. So that's something you really need to pay attention to. I know right now I'm doing tons of Facebook stuff. I'm doing tons of Instagram stuff to really try to grow what I'm doing. And the mixture of that and my cold outreach is helping our business grow at an exponential rate. So you really have to combine all those things and something big will come out of it. You just have to keep going and believe in that.
Yeah, definitely. And I just love to track my progress, because when you see the successes after months and months of doing work, that's just so much more inspiration, motivation for you to keep going. So this quote that I like is, you can't manage what you don't measure. So I mean, if you don't keep track of how many blogs you post or how much video you're doing, and you're just all over the place, how do you know if that's actually converting, if people are actually following your stuff? So Dan, that kind of goes back to what you were saying about working out. If you don't measure like how many times you go work out or what you eat, how are you going to really lose the weight that you really want to do? So, I mean, even like when I first started everything, I know, Dan, we talked about this actually in a previous podcast. You took a picture of your dorm room because that's where we started our podcast. So even keeping track about like small things about, I mean, getting your first write up in an article, or for me, when I got published in my newspaper, I actually framed that because that's my first ever publication that I was featured in. So doing stuff like that and then reflecting back on it just really inspires me to keep on going.
Yeah, guys, you got to remember, when you start out doing anything, you're going to start out at like the bottom level. And you might not see the progress in a month. You might not see the progress in 2 months, but it's just repeatedly. I mean, I've been going at this one business style, digital marketing, for about 4 months now. And now I'm starting to see the benefits. I'm getting more client calls. I'm getting people reaching out to me. I'm doing different things, and I'm good. I'm going to leverage it and completely do something different that a lot of people aren't doing right now. And it's going to make me more of a sales expert, and I love the fact that I'm going to leverage this and turn it around and spin it in a different direction, because that's really what I want to get into. But you got to know that, like, you just keep going and keep going and keep going, and it's great. I mean, there very well could have been a time when I was playing college lacrosse that I could have gave up, that it was just too hard and all that stuff, but the effort, like what I wanted to do was, complete that 4 years. We might not have won a conference championship. We might not have went to a national tournament, but it was my success was that I could say I played college sports all 4 years, that I was a captain of my lacrosse team, and I did that by showing up every day. I did that by getting better. I did that by leading my team, and all these things. It just really grows and grows and grows. So, I mean, it's just great. You constantly have to keep going. Sabo, is there some major way right now that are you doing something small today that's going to help you out tomorrow?
Yeah, so actually, I just started doing daily reach outs, not even just to sell anything, just to make connections. And that has helped me just so much, getting to know other people, what they're doing. And then I've also got a lot of great opportunities out of them. So I do about 20 reach outs a day, and I've landed some podcast shows. So I've been on a couple of podcast shows. A lot of people, they see me that I wrote a book, so I can help them become a bestseller if they are wanting to write a book. And just some other things. Like, I've learned a lot of cool things what other people are doing. And then that way, if they do need my help in the future, they know that they can come to me. So just doing those small things. And also, if you put your stuff out on social media, people see the progress that you're making. Because, I mean, when I first started out, people saw that I was just starting, and then now I still have connections with them. They're like, wow, like, I've seen the progress that you've made. You're still in college. Like, that's amazing. So putting yourself out there and putting that stuff on social media will actually help you in the future as well.
Yeah. So guys, you got to show up day in and day out, and it's all about showing up. And it's all about paying your dues, and your dues might be working out. Your dues might be the cold outreach, like Sabah said, to make the connections. Your dues might be reaching out to 50 people to try to get, sell your product, whatever it might be. But you got to pay your dues every single day in order to grow. And that's a great way to think about it. If you pay your dues for the day, you're good. You're set. But guys, keep grinding, keep working hard, keep working your ass off. You guys can find us more direct. You can find Sabah at sabahali.com, and you can find myself at danieltieman.com. Sabah, what are some final words?
Definitely track your progress, guys. Take pictures of what you're working on. Tell your friends about it, and then you will see success at the end. But that's all we have today on Dorm Rooms to Conference Rooms.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you haven't joined our accelerator program yet, you can find that at livetogrind.com/college, where we connect you with today's latest influencers and experts in their fields.